We just got a call from the post office that our chicks are in. I'm gonna have to come back for this coffee. Wait for me. All right, guys. Because we are planning on moving to a new property later this year, we are not doing any more meat birds here because it would just be more freezer space and more freezer stuff to move. So we're not doing any sort of turkeys, we're not doing pastured chickens. However, our laying flock has dwindled. We had some predator issues like at the end of last year, and we lost a lot of our laying hens, and we haven't lost any since we moved them into the chickshaw. So we ended up ordering some more laying hens from Murray McMurray Hatchery, and they just got delivered. We put the order in like at the end of last year when we started losing all those chickens because I wanted to get more colorful egg layers, and I'm so excited to go pick them up. Y'all hear him? Alright, thanks. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too. You sound happy and awake. Alright, let's see. Hi, little tiny preciouses. Hi. I love it when they're egg-sized. So it's been so long, I can't even 100% remember what we ordered. I know we have some Marans, how do you say it? Some black ones, and that's these. And I think we had some white Marans, and maybe some Americanas. I don't know, I'll get a better look at them when I get them out. They're so cute, and they all look healthy and alive. Y'all look, the wisteria is blooming on my street. Isn't it beautiful? Pulled in the driveway, and I am certain that there are some excited little boys inside ready to see these babies.
Okay.
Are the boys gonna come see? You got the brooder ready?
Hmm?
Harps had plants.
Went for chips, came home with chips and plants.
It's springtime, baby! Hey, Toby, you want to grab some shoes and come out here to the brooder with us?
Grab some salsa for our tortilla chips.
Hey, we're gonna go put them in the brooder in the goat barn. Come join us. Good morning, good morning. Oh, look at them running. Oh, goodness, goodness. You already had bottles. You're not starving. Hey, Miriam. Hey, love. Oh, Mama. I do feel you. All right. Let's come in here and let's put the baby chips in here. Where's Ezra? All right, so we have our Brinzia warming plate set up. A water, food. We are now going to take these babies out of the box and dip their beaks in the water.
This is Charles. Charles. No, it's not Charles.
We have enough. We can have a Charles.
There's going to be a Charles right there.
The thing is, we got a lot of the same kinds this time, so I don't know how long you're going to be able to tell them apart. Gary. That's banana.
Yeah, banana.
Oh my goodness. Can I see that one?
I want to dip it in.
How adorable is this baby?
It's a girl?
Yeah, they should be all girls, or mostly girls. We got to dip its beak.
Oh, right.
You know, you're giving them names like Charles and Gary, but they're mostly all girls.
Girls. Savannah, Lizzie, Allie, Danielle.
Savannah, Lizzie, Allie, Danielle.
That's the Tannerite's name.
The Tannerite's name? Is that your YouTube? Is that your YouTubers you watch? No casualties?
No casualties.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a big girl.
Hey, the gate's not closed.
Sorry. I go so fast this way. There's the chicks.
Sure.
I don't know what named in there. This guy, I like this guy. This girl's gonna be named Okay, fine. You can walk on the water.
Audrey Jane.
Like your cousin.
Charlotte.
You gonna name them after all your cousins?
Ava.
Ava.
Iris. Lily.
So Maya, how many chicks did we get?
35.
35
Very
chicks.
reasonable.
I thought it was reasonable.
Reasonable amounts.
Our Murray McMurray order last year
There's a lot.
was a lot.
Like a baby.
But we're not doing meat chickens
Not this
this spring. And yeah, so 35 chicks. The chicks are here. It's
Black
springtime. Oh, baby goats. It's about to start storming out here. Oh, I had really big plans for this day. And the weather seems to have planned otherwise. At least I still have the greenhouse I can work out here. Look at these cute little guys getting stuck in their seed caps. Our 10-day forecast is looking like we're in the clear as far as any possible freezes. It's not even going to be anywhere near freezing. There are no lows that are under like 40 Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius. So I feel pretty good about starting to sow some seeds into the ground. Now, I'm not going to move my plants out yet, more than anything because I haven't even hardened them off yet. If I start hardening everything off today, this afternoon, I should be able to start planting next week, and that'll be good. All the plants I have out here that I purchased and that are already hardened off, I could go ahead and plant those though. It doesn't seem like I have very much time before the rain comes though. Oh, one thing I am going to do soon is direct sow some zinnias in this bed, as well as some sunflowers over here. Y'all remember my fast-growing radishes? It looks like it is time to start harvesting. Check that out. Isn't that crazy? I've been showing you guys the process of these. These have grown from seed to this size in about a month. We got a couple little strawberry blessings too. We're back in the season of garden snacks, guys. I wiped this off on my shirt. Oh, that probably grosses somebody out, but I do have a healthy gut, so at least there's that. Hey, happy dogs. Hey, girls. So I think the consensus on my little high tunnel tomato experiment is that the ones that were really small at transplant, they shriveled up. But the ones that were a little larger pulled through and perked back up and are looking like they're gonna grow. So I'm gonna have to replace some of these plants, and I'll just use the ones that I'd already up potted to replace them. Come on, Bear, let's go check on the baby chips. So it's the evening now, and you may have noticed that we have been using the phrase baby chips in this video. Now, if you've been with us very long, you know what that is in reference to. But if you have not, and this is your first time hearing that, I've got to go ahead and throw in this clip because I will be sharing this until the end of time, where the term baby chip originated from in the Sowards family. What do you have?
Baby chips.
Baby chips?
Yeah.
Is it so cute?
So cute. The pink. It's so cute.
It's so cute. Are you being super gentle?
Cheese.
What you got?
Baby chips.
Baby chips? Such a cute baby.
They're so cute.
They're totally cute.
Yeah.
Now that you've died of that cuteness, that's little Benjamin when he was a wee one. And the term baby chip was coined. So it stormed all afternoon.
I mean, I already came out and checked on them once. Still got water, food.
Let me see.
Yep.
Yep, everybody looks good. So the benefit of these heat plates, which this one's a Brenzia heating plate. So the benefit of like a heating plate like this is a Brenzia one. We moved to these a few years ago. Now we did put a heating lamp out here during the really cold spell because I was worried about the baby goats. We were extremely vigilant and watching to make sure that was safe. It was very secured because we had a heat light fall in a brooder. I guess it's been a few years ago, and it killed the quail, and it started to catch fire, he smelled it and went downstairs, and it was in the basement of our house. So we do not put heating lamps in our house anymore, and we did it very temporarily in the barn, very watchfully, and even that made me a little nervous. I was just worried about the babies.
Right.
So the heating plate, though, the way it works,
it basically replaces the heating lamp, and it simulates mother hens.
Right.
Like, you know, if you think of a broody hen, the chicks usually hide up underneath and they press up against her to get heat. This is essentially the same thing.
Yep.
It's safe. There's no heating setting. There's just plug it in. And how you would essentially provide more heat or less heat is it's got adjustable legs. So how we usually set it up, and I think most people usually set it up this way, is you usually make the front higher and you drop the back end lower, which gives you a variant. So like if they're colder, they'll just scoot towards the back and they'll press their body up against it. And if they're getting too warm, they'll either come out and they can get away from the heat altogether, or they'll stand towards the front.
oh, this is heavy. You can kind of see that there. It's lower in the back, like Maya was saying. But we switched to these a few years ago and have stuck with them. We have like a really big one. This is the 65 chick one, is that right? But they make even really small ones. So if you are brooding a handful of chicks at a time, you don't need this big of one, because this you have to have a really big brooder. But we have such a big one because it's what we use to brood our meat chickens as well. But I love to talk about those because a lot of people don't realize that they're an option, because for many people they're getting into chicks by like going into a local store and buying them during the season. And while those are more of an investment to buy those on the front end for no more than you use them, like you don't, it's not like they're running non-stop all year. They're only running when you're brooding really the first handful of weeks.
Yeah. And honestly, the safety factor is worth the investment.
For sure. And you have less room for error for like chicks getting killed, because if you get your
on accident,
you can accidentally put your heat lamp too close and overheat your chicks, and I've talked to so many people that that's happened to. Now we have our brooder out here in the barn because it's not cold outside. If it were really cold, that heating plate outside wouldn't be enough. We would have to keep them in the house, but it's, you know, it's moderate enough out here that that's fine. Look how green everything is turning. Do you know how happy this makes me?
How happy?
So happy. Oh my goodness. Look at these little pests. Oh my goodness, look at these little goaties. Hey, hey. Wow, check out those sunchokes coming back.
All of those are that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some weedy stuff in the middle, but yeah, most of them are. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking through the camera and seeing how green it is, and I'm so happy I could burst.
Don't burst.
I am even okay with the pollen for how green that it's turning.
Oh.
This is that time of year where it's not even worth it to wash your car, because it'll be yellow by the time you get out of the parking lot of the car wash. It's so polleny.
Polleny?
Yeah. Allergy season. Oh, I'm literally like, my heart is exploding right now. It's so green and happy.
Stay alive.
Sweet Maya. It's garden time.
I'm fond of you.
Since this is a kind of chickeny themed vlog, figured we would hop back here really quick. I mentioned our chick shawl earlier, and I get asked about this from time to time. We actually used the plans that Justin Rhodes has and modeled this after his chickshaw. We changed very little things. We just put an automatic door on it, and we have really loved this coop. So we're able to move this around and allow the chickens to have like fresh grass, and like here we've got them working up this compost. Look at that lovely egg collection. This is a Marin's egg, though that's not a really dark one. They get a lot darker than that. And then I've got a couple of greens here. This one's more olive. That's a really pretty egg. Got some speckles. So we currently just collected 19 eggs, just laid today. So we actually have enough chickens that we don't really need more chickens.
Right.
But they don't always lay this much. Like getting 18 eggs a day is not every day. And so having some more won't hurt. We ended up getting more chickens for 2 reasons. One, just to have more eggs consistently, like when they're not at peak. Right. The other thing was to add color back to our egg basket. Jeremiah is actually the one who placed the order. He actually chose more of the dark brown layers, which are actually a darker egg than this. This is actually the one, we do have 1 Marin's left. So this is from our white, and she's actually not my darkest one. I had another one that laid really much darker eggs, but she was one of the ones we lost to predators. So you got 2 different kinds of Marins, the black copper and the white. Right. And then you also got, was it?
10 Americanas.
Americanas. So it'll be more blue egg layers, which you can't really see how blue that is, but here's one.
And we got them essentially to mix with the...
Yeah, and so what I'll end up doing is keeping a Moran's rooster. I don't know how to say it right, but I think it's Marin's. But anyway, I'll just keep one of the dark chocolate egg laying roosters, and I will cross him over Americana hens. And so at that point, I'll be able to take any of the blue eggs that we get and hatch them and get an olive egger, because the blue egg gene is dominant. And the chocolate egg gene is actually not shell color, it's actually a coating that those birds put over the egg. So whenever you take the dominant blue and you cross it with that coating is when you get a green egg.
Right.
Which I actually used to be really into these like egg color genetics and had a really cool flock. They ended up getting sick and we ended up having to cull that flock years ago. And I never really had it in me to like go all in on it again, but this is the first time since then that we've had a pretty colorful basket.
I mean, that's still a pretty good basket. It's got a speckle in there, some white ones, trying to where we got a white layer from.
Yeah, this is a really pretty array, and this is making me...
This is like gray.
I know, that's a beautiful egg. That's making me excited that we just got all those chicks today. It's gonna be really nice. I guess there is one more reason that we wanted to go ahead and get more chickens, because these chickens are going to move with us.
Yes.
When we move, and we are planning on doing our farm differently from the get-go. Yeah. And we had debated on whether we wanted to start fresh with new chickens at a new place, but we decided we would actually like to take some mature laying hens. One, because that's fast food that we can have. But also because we can use those chickens to help prepare garden spaces when coupled with coops like this.
Yeah, keep them contained and let them fertilize and all that, so.
Now, I've heard you say this before. Like, will you ever build another static coop, or will you always stick with mobile coops? I guess it's hard to say never.
I won't say I will never build another static coop, but I feel like we will probably stick to movable chicken coops even on larger production.
Yeah.
Like even bigger than the chickshaw, like.
They're just so useful for permaculture.
Right. I just think it's more sustainable and, what's the right word, responsible.
Yeah. I think so.
I think it's better for the birds.
Yeah. Well, because you can move.
I mean, honestly, like to be this consistent, like yesterday we got 24 eggs or 26.
How many birds do we have in here?
Like 30. So I mean,
30?
That's still pretty good numbers though. And that we were not getting that at all, even on our peak when they were in the static coop.
Yeah.
It's moving them around. This is what's been keeping them
going.
Because honestly, we started getting eggs again once we moved them. All right. I'm gonna go get a bucket.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. How about this evening light? Come on. So nice. Can you tell how happy I am that my favorite time is back? Why am I so wooed by colorful, pretty things?
I don't know. Here you are. I just see omelets.
Got it?
Yep.
And you know what is crazy? Like 3 years ago, I was totally the crazy chicken lady, and I was always the one being like, we should order more chickens. And now I don't even have to say it. Jeremiah's like, I'm gonna order some more chickens. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. God bless you. Until next time.